Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Chaotic Neutral Podcast. I am your Dungeon Master, Caleb, and I am joined tonight by Amy
Oi! My
and
pinky!
Shane.
Oh, got cut off, Amy.
Jesus.
It begins.
Slice!
So it begins.
Um, Due to scheduling conflicts in the holidays, we're short some people, and your humble DM is ill and delirious.
Yay!
Yeah, I was thinking of how to describe it earlier today because I'm, me, and it was like, yeah, I have the feeling that reality, like, I'm inside a tent in the middle of a windstorm, and that tent is reality rippling in the wind, and I can't tell what's real and what's not, and through the cracks in the fabric, I can feel the monsters peering in.
Weird.
That is some dark ass shit.
I know
Hi.
where Lovecraft was coming from. I'm I'm fucking delirious. Uh,
This is gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't want to leave you guys without a week of content, just unannounced. So we're doing something sort of a little silly, one-off side quest thing, kind of like our Halloween episodes were. Um, and so to that end, nothing that's going to happen in this episode is going to be canon. Um,
It's gonna be a time travel episode of Star Trek.
yeah, just be happy you
Oh,
didn't get a clip show. Uh,
That's a lot more work than just showing up.
that is true. Um, so anyway, so you guys have been traveling, sort of in between big regional areas, and the wilderness hasn't been like super creepy or anything. It's actually been fairly well maintained. The roads have been kept in order. The ruins that you see on the horizon are only sort of half crumbled, and you've made it a few days without anyone really fucking with you. You crest this ridge, and you find yourself with a broad valley spread out below you, and in the middle, where a few roads intersect, is a fairly sizable town. And it's getting mid to late afternoon at this point. This is probably be a good place to stop for the night. Um, as you approach the town, you hear the sounds of coin and dice from one of the establishments, and Kai rubs his hands and scampers off without saying a goddamn thing. Um, Zerf peels off and finds a bush to hide in and observe the festivities from. And Glenel and Lee Howe do whatever it is they do.
Pompous Zerian shit.
So what about the two of you?
God damn it. I don't know.
So it's more like a fair kind of
Well, it's
atmosphere, or just like a lively bazaar kind of.
a sizable town, and it seems that there's a festival air going on. Like there are lights strung up, and people are sort of going about their business. There's music. There's parties that go sort of indoors and outdoors. So it seems like this isn't how the town is all the time, but you've walked in on a day of festivities.
I haven't had fun in so long. I'm gonna go find a game and see if I can cheat. That just
All
sounds
right.
like fun.
And Amy, what are you going to do while he does that?
I'm gonna go kill somebody.
Okay.
I would have been disappointed if you didn't.
Gee, I don't know.
So you notice that the racial makeup here is pretty evenly distributed among the major humanoid races. There's elves, dwarves, gnomes. You even catch a few like monstrous varieties around. Like you think you catch sight of a gnoll, um, maybe a goblin here or there, and everyone's just sort of partying and having a good time. And you make your way to the midway. And what sort of game are you looking at?
Probably, well, shit, I can't exactly read people's minds. I can only communicate. So how about we go with, What am I looking at here? I've got dick for spells that can make me cheat at games. Does my Eldritch Blast actually? Yeah, I guess it does kind of have a visual effect to it.
Yeah.
Well, shit. I'm not even familiar with a lot of Midway games. All I can think about is shooting water into a clown's mouth until a balloon pops. Fucking circus. Marksman game. Why not?
Oh yeah, they've got they've got like a ring toss sort of thing. They've got put the ball through the hole.
Let's yeah, put the ball through the hole.
No.
Okay, all right. What?
This is a world where magic exists. Where magic exists, I can do whatever the fuck I want. So you do find some sort of crazy Dr. Parnassus type, who has his arcane games. And there's one where it's a set of several crystals sort of floating in the air, and he gives you a wand, and he's like, you just need to shoot your beam of light at the crystal and have it light up and flare off before anyone else does.
Sick. I'm guessing this thing is going to be really crooked, though. Like, I shoot it, and it'll just, like, arc off somewhere else. Like every good carnival game.
Say it, Amy.
I can't.
It'll sound weird if I make the dick joke. You need to make the
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
All right, roll me a charisma.
Charisma would be, 19 on the die, son. That's going to be a 24.
All right, so you start channeling the energy through this wand, and you can immediately feel it start to like buck around in your hand, trying to sort of like trying to operate a fire hose. God damn it, Amy.
She's going to pop.
But Bert manages to wrest his wand more deftly than anyone else and finishes first.
I'm not even drunk.
He's always trying to shave out seconds off his best time. All right. So, Amy, what sort of individual are you looking for?
Noble.
Okay, so I assume you're sort of skulking around on the edge of things.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a perception.
Ugh. 16.
All right. You notice that you're not the only one skulking about tonight. You never get a clear look, but every once in a while, just out of the corner of your eye, you get the sense of something darting behind a corner. But you never get a real good look at it. Sort of a disturbance of air, maybe the edge of a bit of cloth. But you're not the only one on the prowl. You do find a couple of drunken nobles sort of heading off into the sort of park area. The town seems to be built in sort of a three-quarter circle with one end of it, or the part that's not town of the circle, is sort of an open park that leads up to these bluffs. And they seem to be making their way towards that park to stroll down some paths, and you can whisper sweet nothings in her ear. Maybe she'll dose him.
Do I get the sense that I'm being followed or watched?
Give me an insight.
16.
You get the sense that now that you're paying attention to it, they might be paying attention to you. That they're sort of keeping an eye on things in general, but now that you've sort of noticed them, they've noticed you noticing them, and there's just this whole exchange of notices going on. It's bewildering.
I'm gonna follow the nobles, but I don't know that I'm gonna do anything if I notice I'm being noticed.
Okay. And just to be clear, I did say these are nobles, right? Not gnolls.
Nobles.
Okay. Because there's a big difference. Although I guess there's nothing wrong with two gnolls wandering off to whisper sweet nothings into one another's ears and dose each other with roofies. Did we lose Shane?
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm reading something that I want to do.
Ah.
I'm just trying to figure out what. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow these nobles, but if I feel like I'm still being noticed, I'm going to stop and try and find out who's noticed me.
Okay. Roll me a perception.
20 natural.
Oh my god.
There is someone following you. You don't know if they're following you or the couple, but they are. There's there's the nobles making their way out into the park, oblivious to everything around them. There's you doing your sort of sneaky bullshit, following behind, and you realize that sort of parallel to you, there's this other shadowy thing. Like I wasn't sure to say person or entity. Like this other cowled figure is sort of sneaking along in parallel to you.
I'm gonna back off and follow them.
Okay.
Shim.
And what's your sneak?
Ridiculous.
Insane.
Just go ahead and roll it for me.
Still. 22.
Oh my god.
Okay, when you decide to change tack, he does sort of stand up a little bit, look a little surprised, but then continues on his continues following the nobles. He doesn't seem to notice you.
Okay, I'm gonna keep at it.
All right. So you're able to. The nobles finally sit down in a nice sort of little garden. There's hedges and flowers, and they're sitting on a bench, and the stars are just starting to come out. The rings illuminated up above, and he's the nobleman's telling his companion that once they're married, then she can move into his manor, and she can have whatever she wants. The expense is no option. And
God, what a beautiful George Gershwin moment.
and she's like picking his pockets. And so a little bit behind them, you see this figure. Now that you're sort of close and can get a good look at him, it's a medium-sized creature wearing black robes with what looks like red patterns sewn onto it, and the hood is up, and there's sort of a mask over the face. And as you observe, he pulls out a little blow dart and brings it up to his lips.
Oh, I do nothing.
Oh, watch the show.
Okay.
Wait, do I recognize these robes?
You can roll an intelligence.
God, I do not.
Okay, yeah, vague cultist nonsense.
9.
And the nobleman slaps his neck. He goes, "Dear Lord, I thought the insects were taken care of in these gardens." And then he slumps over. And she similar thing, gets it in the neck and slumps over. And then a few more figures sort of slide out of the trees or come out of the hedges and grab the bodies and drag them off into the hedge.
And what's the dude with the blow dart doing?
It looks like he's looking around. He's playing lookout, which that reminds me, he's got to do another search. What was your sneak?
22.
He doesn't see you.
I want to pickpocket him.
All right, roll me a sleight of hand.
Damn, kid.
25.
Your pluses are magnificent.
For those two things. That's it.
He has a couple belt pouches that contain the blow dart and the blow dart gun and a few of the blow darts, and you were able to remove those from him. But he's not carrying any other possessions.
And I can't, like, tell who he is or anything because he doesn't have anything else.
Not unless you
Doesn't have a
pull out
driver's
his mask
license.
and go, "Who are you?
He had buddies, though.
What are you doing here?"
No, I'm not going to do that. But I am going to keep an eye on him. I'm going to, like, hide. And then follow.
Okay. So, Bert, meanwhile, you have won a very fancy arcane toy. Oh, no, you
Neato.
One.
concentrate on it, and it swirls colors all around you. And a little voice goes, "Happy Revolution!"
What's this holiday?
Do you ask that of the...
Of the little moppet that I guess.
Oh, no, it was part of the display of the little...
Oh, I thought some
It does like
kid ran up. Okay.
No, it does like a fanfare and some swirls of light and does a little voice of "Happy Revolution!"
Adorable.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the the game master what's this holiday?
And he goes, "Well, every society has it. Here we call it the Revolution. It's just to celebrate when we make our full journey around the star that we orbit. It took a long time for us to realize that that's what was going on, but every 300 or so days, here we are. We just like to celebrate it.
Zippity
Taking
doo
one more
dah.
journey around the sun."
One more fucking year down. I don't know. I'm in the mood for more dickery. Are there cops? Are there authority figures about?
You do see some sort of hired guards looking type of guys. A whole handful of die, and I didn't even get... Oh, there's a D10. There's another D10. Back in the bag. But several of them seem to be drawn off by a disturbance at one of the taverns on the edge of the town.
Really?
Yeah, apparently there was a bar brawl breaking out. Some newcomer was accused of cheating,
Okay.
and he took offense, and he punched someone
Shit.
so hard their jaw flew through the back of their head.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, that sounds like Zerf.
That was an exaggeration, but
Well,
no, he tapped them on the shoulder, and they fell over, vomiting and writhing.
well, that changes my plans. I'm running off to that.
Okay, by the time you get there, they've got Kai sort of in custody. It looks like he's bewildered, but he's not putting up a fight. And he just seems to be like, as long as I get my tools, I'll go wherever. And they're like, "Well, Bucko, you can just spend the rest of the night in the cells, and you can miss the festivities. When the festival can miss all the activity when the festival reaches its apex."
Okay. So, I'm gonna try to hide. First, I'm gonna drink in what all the guards look like,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to approximate that. And I go hide, like go into an alley somewhere, polymorph into a guard, and then come back out and try to get Kai.
Okay. I don't mean to stomp on what you're doing.
No, yeah, okay.
But David did send me instructions that if this is what he wanted for his character this week.
Oh, well, okay then.
So.
Save yourself.
Who am I gonna? Yeah, I'm not
So I
gonna
mean,
argue
if you
with that.
find this to be really compelling, that's great. But don't worry about Kai. He's fine.
Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it then. But I still want to polymorph into a guard.
Okay.
And start shit.
All right. Polymorph just happens, right? You don't have a roll.
You just do it. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you turn into sort of standard guard number 3, lantern jaw, scar on the chin, caravan guard that's been hired to hang out for the night.
My whole plan was to go around the games, accuse them of fakery, and then just shake them down.
Okay. So when you walk onto the midway, again, roll me an Arcana.
Natural 20. Damn. Why couldn't this episode matter?
That's exactly what.
So you feel that there's something sort of tugging on the edge of your illusion, threatening to unravel it. And you're able to keep it together, but all of a sudden there are flashing lights just sort of disembodied in the air, and a high keening wailing sound. And from all of the booths, the annoying sing-song chant, "Cheaters never prosper!"
So it's focusing on me then. I'm shooting. Damn it. How many are there? Can I shoot them out?
No, the whole place has gone up.
The whole place is just lit? Fuck. I'm going to do my best, turn around and walk away inconspicuously while whistling.
Okay.
Hands in pockets, just...
Roll me a deception.
What the fuck? Natural 20.
All right. So the guards, still sort of reeling from the Kai incident, run over to see what's going on, and everything just sort of dies down without any real effects. And I guess it must have been a false alarm, huh?
Nothing to see here. Twirling a baton.
All right, Amy. What do you do?
I follow the dude.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So he heads back to town, and once again seems to start skulking in the shadows, sort of keeping an eye on people, making notes on where they're about and stuff. Roll me your perception.
I just feel like I have competition here. Shut up, buddy. I gotta look. Where the hell's my perception? Oh, 9.
All right. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah. So he's just taking the. See. Is everybody in town here?
What do you mean?
Is this just like where the town's out, or are there still people at home?
It seems like most of the town is turned out to party. So if they're not on the midway or in dancing around the weird festival poles they have set up, or in bars drinking and gambling, then they're sort of wandering the squares and stuff.
Okay, I have this idea. It's gonna be ugly. I'm gonna follow. God, no. Okay, I'm gonna find another noble person to follow.
Okay, roll me a I'm just gonna say you do find one, um, and you realize that sort of on the edge of the midway festival ground sort of thing, that you could pretty much camp out there and catch people sneaking off into the hedges for some nookie at all times. It's not a steady stream, but it's consistent.
You found Makeout Point.
Well, I'm gonna follow somebody out. Somebody alone.
Okay. That takes a little while longer, but you do find um, there's a very important-looking man with a ridiculous hat who sort of goes off striding off towards the hedges um, by himself. He doesn't look like he's been having anything to drink. Like he looks more like sort of an official than a participant.
It's a challenge.
I follow him to the point where I don't think we can be seen by anybody.
Okay, roll me your perception.
15.
All right. So just as you get to that sort of point, sort of from above your head a little bit, you hear a voice say, "Are you gonna shoot him with the blowguard gun?"
No.
Oh, what are you gonna do then?
What? Who's the voice?
You look up and you see sort of popping out of the hedge, almost as if this creature has been swimming in the hedge. There's some stray branches sticking out from behind his ears. Is a little figure wearing sort of black and gray floppy clothes that are slightly too big for him. He's got a ridiculously round head with pointy ears, tiny red eyes, and a grinning mouth full of sharp pointy teeth. He's like, I mean, I could give you back your blow dart if you want, if that's what you wanted to do.
Did he already pickpocket me?
That was the perception that you completely missed a little while back.
Little bastard.
I like you.
Now I'm pissed.
Kill him.
He sort of like twirls around in the hedge, so he's looking at you upside down. Why are you angry? Spluck trying to help.
Oh god. What was that name again?
I'm Splug.
Oh god. Was he part of the pack of guys that did the other two?
No, you haven't noticed him sneaking about at all.
Alright, I asked him what he wants. What his deal is.
Bored.
He's bored.
Yeah, I want to help. Roby Culty guys look bad. I want to help.
What do you want help with?
Stopping
Are
Roby
they
Culty
bad?
guys? I don't know, are you going to steal Shiny? I like Shiny. Let's steal Shiny.
But aren't they doing exactly what I'm gonna do?
What were you going to do?
I don't like Splug.
Everybody likes Splug.
I know. What's the nobleman dude doing?
He's continuing on towards sort of the promontory out the edge into the bluffs.
He's getting too far away. I'm gonna ignore Splug for the moment and go stab a dude.
Okay. So when you get out there, there's sort of a large stage set up in sort of a makeshift amphitheater, and this nobleman seems to be rehearsing some sort of speech or something on the stage. Roll me a sneak.
27.
Oof.
All right, he doesn't notice you. He also doesn't notice Splug, who's kind of making a bit of a mess of it, tripping over rocks here and there and stuff. And you sneak right up on this guy.
And I slit his throat. No. Yeah.
All right. Roll me an attack.
24.
Okay, you slit his throat. He sprays blood all over the stage, and slumps at your feet.
Take his pocket.
You find an emblem of the mayor. You find
Oh, you got a big one.
Oh, shit.
540 gold pieces. Don't bother writing them down because they're going to be gone by the end of the... Because this isn't canon, so...
I know, but I'm writing another.
And he was wearing very fine clothes that are now ruined by his blood.
I take his hat and give it to Splug.
Splug capers. And he's like, "This is a great hat. Thanks!" And he darts off into the hedge.
Awesome. Because now I have a fall guy. I mean,
Green bastard.
Okay, so what's Bert up to now?
Well, Bert's floundering. He's got like one night off. It's like when just like a full-time dad finally just has like nothing to do on one night, and he's like, "What am I gonna do?" Because I've got my golden ticket. I'm free, and I'm polymorphed as a guard. I can just. I'm gonna try. I guess I have to bullshit this. I'm gonna streetwise, or what do you call it?
What are you trying to accomplish?
Not streetwise. I'm looking for, I don't know, scuttlebutt of anything nefarious going on.
Investigate, sort of the closest that you'd get to that.
Investigate. That's not such a great stat for me. But I got a 17.
Okay. You get some people, some sort of drunk tweens, hanging out by a campfire, talking about how, oh yeah, they put this great air on that, the revolution's all peace and happiness and whatever, but there's a darker side to it too. Like, my cousin's roommate Elsa went missing last year, and no one gave a shit. And someone else hits them, and they're like, she didn't go missing. She went over, she went to the city. No, man, I'm telling you, there's some shady shit going on around here.
I tell him to pass the spliff. I'll take a little hit off that.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yes, there's nothing narcotic in there at all, sir.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
And it's fairly weak. You think that the town guard wouldn't really bust him. Not on Revolution night.
We look the other way on Revolution night. The weed vendors pay us to look the other way just for this one night.
Oh, I'm a real nice fella, you see, until the festival starts. Oh, so there's a purge planet? Okay, I know what's going on now.
I have no idea what to do. Freedom sucks sometimes. My initial reaction is just to go to start a fight with somebody. I don't know why I'm going there. Feeling aggressive lately.
Okay, so while Bert's standing around trying to figure out what the hell he's going to do, you hear cries of alarm from the hedge maze area, and some obnoxious, inconsolable little gnome runs out. "Ooh, mayor's been murdered! Ooh, throat's been cut! Hat and symbol of office has been taken! What are we to do? Who's going to give the Revolution Eve speech?"
I snagged the spliff from that little douchebag, and I put it right in my lips, and I was like, "This looks like a job for the air guard." And I run off, and I use my air power to jump over the hedge maze.
Okay, roll me a charisma.
12.
You don't quite make it over the hedge.
Do I trip in it?
You do. You catch like one toe in it, and it causes you to sort of somersault in the air and land hard on your ass on the other side.
All of a sudden, this weed got real strong.
And they're like, "Whoa, dude knows how to travel in style."
At least they were too high to see how dumb that was.
And there does seem, from what you can tell, there seems to be sort of a general movement of people away from the midway. So civilians are sort of moving into the town. Town guard are moving sort of towards the hedge. What do you guys do? Kiki, you hear this as well.
I whistle, and I look up in the air, and I just whistle.
Roll me a deception.
Nailed that. Oh, 14 deception.
Okay, you don't draw any attention to yourself with your blatant "I didn't do anything." And you see the guards sort of fan out and seal off all of the exits to the hedge maze. And about that moment, suddenly there's a bright beam of light that comes out of nowhere, centers on Kiki. And you hear voices say, "Over there!"
Am I going to see it? Like over the... Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking emblem.
I'm going toward that light.
Okay.
Do I have to jump over the maze? Or do I have to navigate this thing?
I mean, I'll say it doesn't take you necessarily. You're probably closer than most of the guards are, so you can probably make it there before them.
Okay.
What's Kiki doing?
Can anybody see? Like, is it obvious? Are people looking at me? Am I still hidden?
Oh no, you have a fucking spotlight, as if a helicopter's right above you.
There's no way of like tossing this emblem without being noticed.
You could try.
God damn it. God damn it to hell. I look around to see if Slug's anywhere nearby.
He scampered off.
God damn it. Oh, I'm hosed. I hide?
So, just so I'm clear, are you trying to throw the medallion away?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me a charisma check first.
15.
Okay. It seems like it was trying to magically bind itself to you to prevent just this sort of thing from happening, but you managed to sort of outwill that effect. Now roll me a dex check to see how well you throw it.
14? Yeah, 14.
Okay, so you managed to get it into the next sort of aisle over, which just so happens to be the one that Bert's in.
Oh, great.
Are you hiding, Amy?
Is the spotlight still on me?
Nope, it followed the medallion.
Oh, I am hiding like a motherfucker.
Okay, roll me the hide, or sneak, or whatever.
Oh. It was. Looks like it.
I don't know. Stealth?
Yeah.
18.
Okay. So you managed to get yourself, deep and hidden in one of the hedges. Bert. roll me. Or I guess Bert. So you're running to find Kiki, and all of a sudden the spotlight jumps over the wall and lands right in front of you. You see this gold medallion in the ground in front of you.
And I can see that the spotlight's following the medallion, and it's not focused on me or anything.
Correct.
Okay.
Guard, don't you?
Yeah. I look like I belong here. That was weird. I roll an insight, and I fail that shit. For a 9. No, wait. Yeah, 9. I have no idea what's going on.
Okay. So as you're sort of pondering, a bunch more guards around the corner, and they see the medallion in front of you, and they see you, and they're like, "Where's the perpetrator?"
I don't know. The medallion flew over the hedge.
Well, that's a funny accent you got. Let's scour all the hedges nearby.
I'm going to be really inconsistent with this.
All right, Amy, roll me a sneak as you try to avoid their patrols. And also roll me a perception, both of you.
25.
Perception of 20.
16 perception.
Okay. Both of you realize, just before everything blacks out, you hear a very faint sound of something like, and then you black out.
Fuck.
We both black out?
Yeah.
Crap.
You come to in some plain stone cells. I wouldn't even call them cells. They're excuse me. More like just sort of dirt chambers, pits that have been dug out of like a soft basement floor. It looks like ladders can be lowered down from above. And you hear sobbing coming from nearby.
Do I recognize the sobbing? Or the...
It just sounds like a person sobbing.
Are we in the same room?
Yeah.
Well, you're each in a narrow pit.
In our
You don't know if the pits are in the same room or not.
Oh, okay. How high up is it? Did you already say that?
It's about 15 feet.
There's a grate or something like that over the top?
Nope, it's just a sheer pit wall. Like they figured that the soil was loose and crumbly enough to prevent anyone from climbing out.
I'm going to try to boost myself out with air power.
All right.
But first I'm going to do an Arcana check to see if anything's waiting for me on top.
Is there water in the
Like
pit?
a field.
There's no standing water in the pit, Amy. But you can tell that the soil is moist.
I wish to suck all the water out of the soil and use it to...
Okay.
I have no idea.
I love that fucking face. Fuck it now.
Amy, roll me the... Is it intelligence for you?
Shh. I don't know, was I supposed to write that?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Mm-hmm.
So...
That's your big one.
14.
Okay, you managed to get about half the pit filled with water.
Or 7. No, it's a saving throw.
Bert, roll me your Arcana.
That is an 18.
You don't sense any magic up above. You can feel someone doing something about 15 feet to your south. You can't really make out what it is.
Do I know if it's like in level with me or above the pit where we are?
It's at your level and seems to be rising up.
Then I'm okay. I'm gonna try to air cannon myself out of this hole.
All right, roll me a charisma.
Shit. 11.
Roll me a dex check.
That is a 14.
Does acrobatics help you out at all? or athletics?
Nope.
Okay. Amy, you can also make an acrobatics check.
That was ugly.
10.
Okay, so Bert, you yourself up, but you can't quite make it to you can't make it out entirely. And when you go to grab the ledge, you just scrabble and then fall. The air cushions your descent, so you don't take any damage. Kiki, you get your pit about half full of water, and you're using your manipulation to stand on top of it and try to jump up to the top. But it's just like a little kid trying to reach the cookie jar. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Fuck. I yell out of the pit, hello!
Um, high or low, Shane?
Shit. Low.
From above you hear, shh, they'll hear you.
Then I whisper.
Wait just a moment.
Okay, all right.
And you hear sort of a scrambling and a lot more grunting and exertion than you would expect for whatever the sounds are. Like, it sounds like someone's rearranging a whole fucking house, and a couple minutes later, a ladder descends down into each of your pits. And you see a grinning green face at the top with a ridiculous feathered plumed hat. Um, where would you be without Splug? Come, let's find shinies. Let's stop bad guys.
Let's stop that.
Let's stop bad guys. Okay, yeah, let's stop bad
You know
guys.
what I did? Was the mayor a bad guy? Splug?
But you gave him the hat. So, maybe you're the good guy.
Splug, am I a good guy?
There are bad guys and there are bad guys.
Splug
Kiki, all right.
Splug, was the mayor a bad guy?
Oh, not really.
Shit.
He was nice to all non-humans. Let us in the town.
Way to go, Keek.
I'm glad I got his hat.
Sorry he's dead, but, fashion.
Oh, whoops.
And you notice that, whereas before he was dressed kind of like a thief, now he's sort of patched together this weird swashbuckler pirate-type look. He has like a rapier on one hip and a scimitar on the other, both goblin size.
I was going to say they're full size, dragging behind him, can barely hold on to it.
This isn't fully leveled up Splug yet. Where he's carrying like the fucking bowling ball on a chain and just boom.
Well, I feel a little rotten now.
Don't worry about it.
Kiki's
A
terrible.
little.
She is a terrible human being. She's a halfling.
She's
Halflings are terrible human beings.
She's a horrible garbage person.
Half person.
So
Where are we, Splug? How did we? Did you dart me in the neck?
No,
Oh,
bad guys did that.
Who are the bad guys? Splug.
Real big culty guys.
Okay. Who are they?
celestial arch guys.
No, this is outside of canon, so it's
Okay, all right.
just some random doomsday cult. Let me describe the room for you. So you're in what looks like was originally a root cellar, and it's lined with these pits that are about 5 feet in diameter and 15 feet deep. And there's about, I'd say, 10 pits lining the length of this cellar. And you can hear people in the other one saying, "Hey, help, get us out too."
I'm gonna look down one of the pits where I heard that, and look at the guy or whoever.
This Prince Valiant motherfucker, not Prince Valiant, Prince Charming, chiseled jaw, immaculate hair, Sort of even when he's slumped over in dejection, still somehow has the chest puffed out.
Absolutely not.
You're making me feel insecure. I'm gonna leave you in there. I'm gonna look at another hole.
Wait, good sir, we could pay you.
With what? Aren't you like?
Yeah, didn't you get like?
I have lands and titles. Another pit has the lady that Amy was tailing, and another one has her gentleman. It basically looks like these cultists like tail people off into the night and drug them and bring them back here to store them for some purpose.
Time to find out why.
Yeah, where's?
There's
I
a
want
pair
to
of
get at
double
least one
doors
guy.
on one end of the room.
There's what?
A pair of double doors on one end of the room.
And off we go.
You just leave these motherfuckers down there.
Yeah, I was gonna kill him anyway, so.
Transfer the water from one pit to the other. Swim.
Swim, bitches.
So dark. Chris Perkins had a tweet that says that evil parties don't work out because they're just inherently self-destructive, and it's like, I don't know.
We take care of ourselves.
This party toes that line.
We do pretty good.
Yeah, let's Scooby-Doo sneak up to that double door and
Okay.
take a listen.
Oh, is that what we're gonna do, Scooby-Doo Sneak?
Well,
That's what you want.
Roll me a sneak.
I run
Oops.
straight to the door and bust it open.
Thank God.
Was that a 1, Shane?
No, it was a 4. I assume that was just like a slip in the mud, face plant, and then Kiki just kicks the door open like she's a police.
Step on a twig.
Hello.
Do you say anything cool as you kick open the doors?
No, that's exactly what I said.
Hello.
I didn't hear.
I said hello.
With
You're like really quiet.
Hey.
Slam! Hey!
Hey, cultists. Want to meet your new god? And you kick open the door, and there's sort of a little sort of guard chamber. Spare robes up on pegs. 2 guys, hoods up, playing cards at the table. They both have enough time to look up and go, what? And then initiatives.
Shoot him!
Sneak attack, dude.
There'd be no sneak, y'all. Crap.
Caught off guard.
This die is no longer working. I broke the die.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. I need to bake this thing.
Like melt it?
No, just to the point where the core gets soft and like pulls to one side, so maybe a 20 happens more often.
It's gonna be straight 2s.
It's going to be a pancake when I get out of the oven because I'm going to forget about it, and then it's just going to be a coin flip. And it's like, oh, look at that, a 20.
1 or 20.
Yeah, 1 or 20. Or I'm just going to look, that one looks like a 7 now because it's kind of melty.
Okay, so what'd you get?
What?
What'd you get?
12.
Okay, and Bert?
Oh man, I got an 11 just behind you.
Okay. Somehow these shocked and amazed guard dudes go first.
Jeez, go figure.
It's not my fault you guys roll like shit. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
I know. Turn.
Alright, so one's gonna run on up and get into Kiki's face, and one's gonna run on up and get into Bert's face.
Me and Bert are standing right next to each other, right?
Sure.
Okay.
It's a double door, that would have to be for what you were describing earlier.
It's a good save there, Kiki.
Okay.
Always thinking.
Oh, these guys are shit. 12?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
You get Spurt.
Who rolls like shit now?
Well, against Bert, they rolled a nat 20 and an
Oh,
18.
Shouldn't have said anything.
That's usually how it goes.
Bert just gets his ass whipped.
And it's usually Kiki picking the fights, too, which always cracks me up. Kiki's like, she talks so much shit,
Mm-hmm.
and then manages, through just sheer dumb luck, to never get hit. And Bert, who's trying to smooth shit over, always just gets his face punched in.
I'm a terrible diplomat.
You are.
Okay, so the nat 20 did... Math, Caleb. 12 damage. And the regular hit did 5 damage.
Wow.
Okay. Next up is Bert.
That hurt.
No,
Wait,
wait.
didn't Kiki
How
already
did...
go?
I'm actually paying attention for once.
Good thing someone is.
It's not Caleb's fault. He's doped up on meds.
All right,
Actually,
Kiki.
it is.
I'm gonna stab whoever tried to stab me.
Okay.
With a whopping... Oh, Jesus Christ. I reroll once.
Yes, you do.
Oh, Jesus.
We're over a year into this game, and you're finally
I got
remembering how to
2.
play your character.
You did better.
I did better. Did 12 do it?
Not quite.
12 get you.
Next up is Bert.
I take a quick jump shift back, and I put 2 in the chest of the guy who just wailed on me with his crit. First one's going to be a 24. Second one's going to be higher.
They're both going to hit.
Yay!
Show off.
That's what I do. First damage is going to be it's going to be 15. Second one's going to be a 10.
Okay. Did you want to use your hex?
Yeah, why not? Let's just do the whole thing for an extra 5, so 29 all total.
Okay, he is looking real woozy. And Splug will try to sidle up and shove a dagger in his kidney. And he'll miss.
Oh, explode.
The one who's barely hanging on to life attacks Bert. Misses both times. One attacking... The other one attacks Kiki twice. And 13?
No.
Okay, misses both times. Alright, Kiki's up.
Stab again.
Okay. Same guy?
Same guy. With... Why didn't I roll the right die? With 24.
That'll do it.
So we do this, and we do this.
Oh my god.
23.
Alright, he's looking pretty fucked up, but he's still standing.
So that whole side-by-side thing was sneak attack, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought you were like, oh, so we don't get flanked and Bert doesn't get his ass whipped. No.
No, I wasn't thinking about you at all.
No, of course not.
And it's Bert's turn.
I'm going to finish off that bitch I started.
Actually, I'm not sure you should have gotten sneak attack there, because Bert backed up a step.
But I'm still... No, if we're side-by-side and I back up, I'm still corner to corner.
You have to be adjacent to the enemy.
I
It's
have to
already...
be adjacent to the enemy?
So for Kiki to get sneak attack, an ally has to be adjacent to the enemy she's attacking. But...
Oh, I thought she had to be adjacent to the ally.
No.
Allies in melee.
David's not here. Shit falls apart.
Nobody knows.
It's one of the mysteries of the universe.
I already allowed it, so...
Oh, say then that's fine. Whatever.
Okay. So I put one in his chest for 22. I'm sorry, 21.
And he sizzles.
And boof. The other one gets an 18.
That'll hit him.
AC damage. Okay. And then for him, I'll do a 12, and I'll transfer the hex over to him for an additional 6.
And he sizzles and collapses into dust.
Poof.
Have you guys listened to the last recording?
Technically, yes.
Not all the way through. Why?
I
Did
wrote down, and I don't remember if I did it or not, that I pickpocketed from Bird.
What? I don't remember that.
And I don't know if it was something that I actually managed to do. I feel like I was typing to Caleb that's what I was going to do, and I don't know if I actually did it or not. I mean, go on.
I'd have to listen.
You know, I
thought that it took you guys one episode to come up with a plan to get into the city. It actually took you an episode and a half. And then I finally went, look, they're just going to let you in. Because it was...
You gave up on us.
Well, because it was like... Well, Kiki could make a bubble and walk you guys along the riverbed. I don't want to do that. That's stupid. Bert can fly us over the wall. I don't want to do that. That's stupid. Let's do the bubble thing. Like...
We took forever.
Okay, so 2 dead cultists, table with cards, stairs leading up, cult robes hanging on the wall. What do you guys do?
Any money on the table?
Yeah.
A couple gold.
I take it and walk up the stairs.
Okay.
Let's go, Splug.
The stairs lead up to it looks like a long corridor in the back of some sort of abandoned tap room or whatever. You see tables with chairs stacked on top of them, and you can roll me perception checks if you want.
Okay.
22.
23. Suck it.
Okay, so you hear chanting from above you, and very distinctly a sonorous voice say, "It is time. The preparations are complete. The revolution approaches. Fetch the sacrifices." And if you...
Oh, God. How about we do this? How about we yell, "The sacrifices are here," and then we a surprise round.
Like it.
Well, you wouldn't necessarily get a surprise round because they're still a floor above you. If you want to sneak,
Damn it.
if you want to try to sneak up there and do that, I will give you that awesome moment.
Okay. I want this moment in the sun. What is...
Why are you rolling sneak, you dumbass?
Look, I have to sneak up there too.
I got a 15. It's not terrible. It's not the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Like, all 3 of you have to sneak up there, so...
18.
Alright, you do manage to sneak up, and you hear footsteps approaching the door. I'm assuming you time it for maximum effect, so you can, like, as they reach for the handles, the doors get knocked in and knock them aside.
Absolutely. And we enter like this, and then, bam.
Okay, so you kick open the door. The sacrifices are here, motherfuckers! And I'll give you a free round, 1 action each. There are 6 cultists chanting around a sigil on the ground. Some sort of high priesty dude in one corner. 4 or 5 guys near you, and that should do it.
Damn. That's a lot of dudes.
They're pods, so...
Okay. I'm gonna go for the ones nearest me. Usually I'd go for the the main guy, but... So, one of the dudes nearest me gets a 19.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Okay, and the other one also gets a 19.
So you're splitting it between the 2 guys, or are you focusing your fire?
I'm going to wing it, and if one blows, then I'm gonna. Well, yeah, fine. I'll focus fire.
Okay.
I just want one guy. I just want at least one guy dead. 16 and 11.
And are you gonna do your
27.
hex?
You gonna let me?
Yeah.
You said one action. I didn't know if bonus action counted.
Hex is a bonus action. It's
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. So 5 additional, so 32. Did I see 27 first?
all right. He crumbles to ash and yells, "The revolution!" Kiki, you're up.
I'm going to assassinate the closest guy next to me.
Okay.
And he's surprised, right?
Oh yeah.
So he is crit when I go to hit him. If I hit him, he's crit.
Okay, so it's automatic crit.
Yep.
Okay. Roll your.
You're like a robot from the future. You just kill
You hit.
so hard.
So crit is full damage?
Yes. And then you roll damage again. And I'm gonna say you have sneak because he's surprised.
Okay, so
So much overkill.
that was sad. So I roll damage twice, right?
No, so you do your whatever max damage is, and then you add your damage rolls to that.
Fucking max damages. What dice is that?
It was a D8 the first time. 8 plus 24.
So
37 is max, including sneak.
Thanks for the math.
So you eviscerate him.
Yay!
You just carve a bloody path right through his innards.
Yay!
And there was much rejoicing.
Splug gets really excited and goes and leaps onto the chandelier and swings from it.
Feels the spirit of the hat.
He does nothing, but he swings from the chandelier.
He's winding up for his awesome swashbuckling attack.
If you'd been to swashbuckling school, you'd understand that if there is a chandelier, it must be swung on.
The first commandment of swashbuckling school, thou shalt swing on chandeliers.
I mean, I'm totally ripping off Patrick Rothfuss here, but as he does it, he goes, "What ho!"
Oh, what ho!
So Splug and the monsters are rolling initiative. I suggest that you do the same.
Ooh, correct. Ooh, that was high.
God, why do I have to roll initiative?
Okay, Bert
22.
and Kiki.
Ready.
9.
Oh, that's right in the dumps.
9.
So the monsters rolled a nat 20 on their initiative roll.
Fuck.
So you've taken out 2 of the of the 4 by the door. So 2 of those are going to step in and attack you guys. Kiki, does a 16 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of them made his Wheaties this morning, and he hit twice. So that makes him happy. Nine piercing damage from his 2 attacks.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay, that just gets rid of one of the attacks, so I'll let you get rid of the higher one, so you only take 3 damage.
Okie dokie.
And one's going to attack Bert.
Great.
18 and 21.
Yes.
For 6 and 3 damage, respectively.
That's not as bad as I thought it would be. I'll take it.
They're just sort of cutting at you with their daggers.
Oh shit, we don't have a healer. This is... I gotta be careful.
The big high priesty dude
Hello?
Sorry, I'm reading.
Everybody disappeared and it got really quiet.
Yeah, I'm looking for something.
The big high priesty dude grabs the staff, does this sort of dance and chant, and shoots a beam of necrotic energy at Splug.
No!
Not Splug!
I jump in front of Splug.
Yes, take the girl!
He's gonna hit Splug, and he's going to do
Not Splug.
9 damage to your little goblin friend.
He's only got 2.
Jesus Christ. This guy's confident.
Okay, the the other 5 cultists chanting around the sigil on the ground continue their chanting.
Mm-hmm.
Bert, it's your turn.
If they're not attacking...
Get one.
Okay, wait. How many are, like, really close to us right now?
You've got 2 left that are, like, by the door. And then there's
Right.
the High Priest and the Channeler guys.
Immediate threats first. So I'll go after... I'm going to do one roll on one guy and see if that's a natural 20!
Wow.
He's
That
obliterated.
Yes! So then I go for the other guy. Wow, that really sucks. 13?
That'll hit him.
Oh, fuck yeah. For a... Well, that's terrible. 9, and I'll transfer my hex to him for another 2. So 11.
Okay.
Wasted all my power on that first one. Shot my wad.
Splug leaps from the chandelier, does a flip in the air, and then takes a swipe at the head cultist dude and hits him.
Finally. Damn it.
He does 10 damage to him.
Yay.
I knew he
Kiki,
could
you're
do
up.
it.
Is there still 2 or 1 left by us now?
There's just the one.
Okay, I'll go after him. With a 26.
That'll hit him.
With 11.
Okay. He's starting to look pretty messed up.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Okay, the monsters go. The High Priest does a disengage and then runs away from Splug.
No.
The High Priest can do a disengage? Holy shit.
Anyone can do a disengage.
You can?
Yeah, you just forfeit your action.
Oh, that's what makes Kiki so special, because she can just kind of do it.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the only thing.
There are lots of things that make Kiki
You
special.
never appreciated me.
Well, you were kind of a bitch.
So the cultist in Kiki's face is going to stab at her. He's going to miss with one, he's going to get a nat 20 with the other.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay. And she dodges that shit.
I uncanny dodge you.
She dodges this natural 20. It's uncanny.
It's uncanny.
And the cultists Around the sigil, their chanting seems to intensify.
Chanting
Damn, it's
intensifies.
The ritual nears completion. I dare you to say that the next time you're having sex.
That's how you get slapped in the face. I totally dare you to do it.
I'm doing it. I'm just, dude. I'm reactivating my match account just for this.
Tender.
Oh fuck, that's probably gonna be easier.
All right, Bert, it's your turn.
This just ruined my whole night. Okay. So that first guy's pretty messed up, huh?
Yeah.
Guy nearest us. Okay. So I'm gonna hit him for a 14.
That'll hit him.
Not damage. Hopefully that'll get him. 17 damage.
That'll do it. That takes him out.
Awesome. And then I'm gonna go after one of the. I'm gonna go after the head cultist
Okay.
for a fairly high roll, 25.
That'll hit him.
And I'm gonna get 18 damage. I'm gonna transfer my hex over for an extra 5.
Okay, and you
Grief.
you knock him down.
Pow!
As that happens, the energy that seemed to be channeling through him as a nexus goes wild, devours the spirits of the channelers channeling, and you see a rip in reality start to open. And on the other side, you see lots of writhing things with many legs, and then it slams shut.
Oh, I was gonna say let's go in there. Sounded like a neat room.
And you guys have saved Revolution.
Yay!
Had you guys completely ignored the cultists, there would have been a big scene out in the town as this horrible, writhing monster came out and tried to eat everyone.
Oh shit, we should have fought that. Oh yeah, or just like put up lawn chairs and just watch that shit.
You know, DM's really sick today. Let's make sure that he does all the work of the narration.
All the work.
We're just going to sit back and watch and see what he does.
Go for it.
Caleb, I feel like a story. Tell us a story.
Story, I caught the plague. I lost hearing and sight on the left side of my face and I died. Happy New Year.
Story. What another one.
Anyways, on that note, listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. We're sorry this wasn't a regular episode. We hope it was entertaining regardless.
I had fun.
Yeah.
And thanks to you guys for tuning in every week and listening. We've been getting a lot of comments, a lot of interaction on our Twitter page. Even if we don't reply, we do see it and read it and appreciate it and love it. We're really bad at social media.
Also, I don't even have a Twitter account, so I don't see shit.
See earlier point about bad at social media.
Yeah.
So old.
I know, right? God, I'm just an old man.
Did you guys catch XKCD earlier this week?
Mm-mm.
I'm so old I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you'd like XKCD. It's a webcomic of romance, sarcasm, math, and language.
Ooh. It's like a webcomic with from NPR.
And so this guy is like in bed, and his buddy crashes through the ceiling and goes, "Want to feel old? Night at the museum, Cars, Hips Don't Lie, and the Wii all turned 10 this year. Twister, Independence Day, The Rock, Pokemon, and Wonderwall all turned 20. And the other guy goes, "Oh my God, couldn't you have at least waited until morning? It's been 2016 for hours. Time is passing. I am acutely aware."
This is not bad. I bookmarked.
Okay, I think I'm going to dose myself a NyQuil and go comatose and hope that when I come back, all this will be fixed. I don't know why, because it hasn't worked the last 4 or 5 times I've done it.
Try again.
NyQuil sounds pretty nice.
You
I'm
know
not
the
sick or
definition.
anything. But
I can't do it, but in Far Cry 3, his speech on the definition of insanity. Did you play that one, Shane?
I did, but I don't think I remember very much of it.
He's killed the protagonist like 2 or 3 times, but through weird little tricks of fate, the protagonist escaped. And so he's got you tied up, and he's like, "Do you know what the definition of insanity is? It's doing the same fucking thing over and over and over again, and expecting things to turn out differently." And you know that, and he does this big old speech about how that completely changed his life. And then, like, he stops, and his face completely changes. Does I ever tell you the definition of insanity? And kicks this boulder over the side of the cliff he's standing next to, is tied to your feet, and he goes sliding off. To me, the biggest sin in that game was killing that villain off 2/3 of the way through. Anyways, good
Thanks for
night.
spoiling that.
Yeah, way to go.
Spoilers for like a 10-year-old game. God, guys.
Dude, you know who I am. You know I'm behind in everything.
So am I. Like Fallout, people are going nuts for Fallout 4. It's like, I've got Fallout 3 and Skyrim. I don't need another huge. And earlier this week, I didn't want to go to bed, but I didn't have anything else to do. But I didn't want to play like a demanding game. So I was like, oh, I'll play Skyrim. I couldn't Skyrim correctly. Like, I'd walk into town and I'd be like, why can't I sell you this shit? Buy my shit.
Why don't you have any money?
Yeah. None of the merchants have any money. None of the merchants want my fucking dragon bones, which are the things I need to unload the most. Because they're heavy and expensive. But I'm sitting there like in the Jarl's quarters, and I met to talk to someone, and I just mashed the keyboard and did my shout that obliterates everything in a 360-degree radius around me. Like it's storm call.
I didn't know you could do that indoors.
Apparently you can.
Wow, I never had the balls to try. I never had that equipped.
I got all 3 sections of it my first playthrough, and I was too frightened to use them. And so there was one time I was in this big battle, and I used it, and it wiped out all of the enemies. And then it wiped out all the allies. And they all started attacking me. And then Lydia's like, you son of a bitch!
This is the price you pay for playing with the Dragonborn!
With Dovahkiin with a looting problem.
I'm a hero, but I'm also a piece of shit, so...
Oh no, I was thinking about that. Like, the very first thing I do is start off the Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood chains, because they have the best daggers and sneaky stuff.
It's just hard not to be a garbage person in an open world game like that. I mean, you might do the right things contextually, but you're still stealing and backstabbing.
Well, I go into town and I pickpocket everyone.
Because I need their bread and their brooms.
No, I leave that shit. I take their good shit.
They have good shit?
You can keep your salmon. I'm taking your silver ring.
Oh.
I also let them keep the keys to their house, because if I have the key, then I don't get lockpicking XP.
That's a smart move.
But if you think about it in the game world, it's completely fucking insane.
Taking the easier. I don't need this key. I need the fucking experience.
I'm a second story guy. I break and enter. Get rid of the breaking. That's taking away half my job.
This isn't fun if there's not a challenge.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to stop the broadcast.
Okay.